Hello good friends, as you can see here we have two awesome cars. We want to compare these two cars. This one is a Honda Vezel 2018 model. Of course it is a hybrid. And then of course we have the new Mazda CX30. This one is a 2018 model. It has a 1.8 liter turbo diesel. So if you want to see reviews of such cars, make sure you watch this channel to the end, and as always make sure you subscribe. And today these are two very good cars. They go head to head, and we wanted to demystify some few things. Let us see which one takes the day, the fuel efficient Honda Vezel or the practical Mazda CX30. So guys, as you can see here, we have two amazing cars. These are some of the best subcompact crossover SUVs that you can get in the Kenyan market. This is the new look for the Mazda CX30. Personally, I love the design. I love the finish. It looks very edgy. It looks somehow aggressive. And in general, it looks like a sports car. As you can see from the shape, from the design, it's very aerodynamic. On the other hand, we have the very popular Honda Vezel. This car is very popular because of the hybrid. It gives you good fuel economy. If you're in the market for a car that is comfortable, practical, and fuel efficient, here's your car, the Honda Vezel. But if you're looking for a car that is very sporty, gives you good handling, gives you performance, and refined interior quality with a good sound system, it sounds absolutely amazing, then you can go for this Mazda CX30. Now there's a catch here. This Mazda CX30 gives you everything. Personally, I would say this car is absolutely amazing, but the price is a little bit high. 3.5 million shillings. It is very much negotiable versus a Honda Vezel. The Honda Vezel is pretty more affordable. This one is 2.65 million shillings, slightly negotiable. But in the end of the day, it is your taste. Whatever you're looking for in a car, that will decide which car are you going for. So I'll show you both of them, both the interiors and also any other feature that you want to see, and then of course we'll decide which car has all that. Now we'll start with the Mazda because I love Mazdas. This is a Mazda 2018 model CX30. I know we are used to the Mazda CX3, but the CX30 is a little bit large. As you can see from the back, it's almost the same size as the Honda Vezel, especially on the height. The Mazda CX30 was a little bit short. This one also is a bit wider as compared to the Honda Vezel, but in terms of ground clearance and the suspensions, Honda Vezel has raised suspensions a little bit as compared to this Mazda CX30. But I love the alloys in the Mazda. I love the finish. I love the new taillights. Look at this. I love the new taillights in the Mazda CX30 versus these bulky taillights on the Honda Vezel. Anyway, those are not some of the defining features. Some of the defining features that you get in this car is in the interior. Now, this car is an all-wheel drive, while this one also is okay, it's not an all-wheel drive. This one is a two-wheel drive. So let us see what kind of engines we get in these two cars, starting with the Mazda. Now, this being a diesel, you get a 1.8 liter four-cylinder turbocharged engine that gives you 116 horsepower and 200 Newton meters of torque. While in the Honda Vezel, you get a 1.5 liter four-cylinder hybrid engine that gives you 132 horsepower and 169 Newton meters of torque. So it has a lot of horsepower as compared to the the Mazda CX30, but it has less torque as compared to the Mazda here. So Honda Vezel has more horsepower, but the Mazda has more torque. Okay, so it depends what you want. Fast acceleration and instant torque because of the electric motors, Honda Vezel does that. But if you want long-term torque, then of course the diesel Mazda takes it all. In terms of design, let us start from the headlights. You have these new headlights over here. They look pretty good. Daytime running lights also are there. On the lower section, instead of the fog lights, they've given you turn signals right there. And then of course you have this nice looking grille here. The design is very good, simple, artistic and clear. You have a front facing camera on top of the emblem, and then of course you have this chrome finish that runs all across the grille, and then of course you have some little space here for the air intake. So they have not done a lot of things. They have not put so many stuff on the car. It's just simple, clear and easy. On the bonnet, I love how it is. It slopes down pretty well, and then of course you get this sharp edge here that fits very well on to the headlights there. For the Honda Vezel, this is how it looks like. There's a lot of things going on here. You have some nice headlights. I think I love the new headlights on the Honda Vezel. On the top part, you have your turn signals. On the lower part, you have your daytime running lights. And then, of course, at the middle, you have your LED headlights. And then on the lower section, they've given you fog lights, and these are LED fog lights that everyone would want to have. And then on the lower section, you see you have this nice finish on the grille, sorry, on the front bumper with some nice chrome finishing on them. The grille also looks very good, as you can see here. And then of course you have this some chrome finish, at least to make the car look premium, right? On the side, both cars look good. For the Honda Vezel and for the Mazda CX5, they are all pretty good. It goes down to what are some of the preferences that you're looking for. Let us look at the side profile of the Honda Vezel. As you can see, it's not very long because this one is a subcompact crossover SUV. So it's somehow squeezed as compared to the likes of Honda CR-V and the others. Starting from the wheels, you have these highway Pirelli tires. You have some nice alloys over here with, of course, the Honda emblem. Most of the new Hondas get these alloys. You have brake discs over there. And then, of course, you have McPherson strut suspension on this Honda Vezel. The other side looks pretty good. You have your hybrid badging here. Turn signals on the side mirrors. On the lower section, you have no cameras. Chrome finish on the side skirts. They are pretty small. They are not that large. And then, of course, you have chrome plated door handles, which are keyless, of course. And then on the top side, you have these mini roof rails that has brushed chrome finish on them. And they look good to me because they are not very large. As you head towards the back, you get these door design here that sits on the top. When this car was introduced, most people were looking for the door handle. They were not sure where it is, but of course you can see where it is, unlike the other ones which have their door handles on the side. On the back side, you have some nice alloys tires, same alloys, disc brakes also, and then of course you have your semi-independent suspension at the back. I love the finish of the Honda Vezel. It looks so good. On the top, you have aerial fin. You have a mini spoiler here with brake light on it. Wiper for the back side. Some nice looking taillights. Hybrid badging. A nice rear bumper with a lot of chrome finishing and a number of sensors incorporated onto it, at least to give it a good design. Let's check the Mazda CX30. I love the finish that is here on the Mazda CX30, even though they've used a lot of plastic cladding. As you can see, almost on the lower side of this car, all around it, you have this plastic cladding here, and all this has a function. It ensures that each and every time your car goes into these rough terrains and you get some damage, these plastic parts will take the damage instead of the body of your car. You have these highway tires, very good alloys. They look good to me. They feel very solid. Disc brakes also, and of course you have the McPherson strut suspension inside this car with the coil and springs. All over the car, you have this plastic cladding. On the side mirrors, you have LED turn signals, and then of course you have some cameras here so that you get a good look at the surrounding of this vehicle. No chrome plates on these doors, but of course you get this new design here, which is pretty good. Of course, it is keyless. On the side mirrors, you get lane departure warning, and as you can see, you have this chrome finishing on the lower side of the window panes, and on the top you get no roof rails. Backside is pretty good, same alloys. And then here, I think this one has a modern look. I love the finish that you get in this Mazda. The rear bumper is very bulky with a lot of plastic cladding, no exquisite designs, but you get all the sensors that you are looking for. On this side, it shows you that this one is a Sky Active D diesel. The model is CX30 and it is an all-wheel drive. So this one is more suitable for off-road or challenging terrains. The taillights look good. Look at this, all LED taillights in these cars. I love the finish, I love the design, and how it cuts all the way into the boot section. It looks very, very futuristic. Let's now look at the boot space. Now, for the Mazda CX30, you get an electric tailgate with a camera on it. And of course, you have these two buttons to lock and open your tailgate. Inside here, you have a very squeezed space as compared to the Honda Vezel. The space that you get here is minimal. You have your Bose sound bass speaker over here because the sound quality in this car is amazing. And because of this is a car that if you buy, you won't need to go get an aftermarket infotainment system. That one I can assure you, it sounds absolutely amazing. By the way, when I was researching a few things about this car, I was seated inside this unit listening to some good quality music because you get Bose sound system in this Mazda here. So let us also see the Honda Vezel, how much space we get. What I can tell you is that the space is large as compared to the one in the Mazda. Now, one thing that you notice that this one has no electric tailgate, which is pretty simple. And then as you get in, you have slightly larger space as compared to the one in the Mazda CX30. And then at the back here, you get your battery pack, so you don't expect to have a lot of features here or a spare tire. So both cars, we are pretty safe when we say none of them provides an extra tire for you. So if you want a car with an extra tire, then probably this is not the car for you. Now let us jump into the interior. Let us see how the interior is, and of course we'll start with the Mazda because I like it. So as we get in, of course we have to go through this door here. I love the finish on the door. This is the new design. You have this plastic finish here that is very well defined. You won't feel it that it is a plastic. You have your Twitter app here, and then you have this nice leather finish with some cool stitches, and as you can see, the edges are very well designed. Down here you have chrome finish, piano black finish on these power door controls, and then you have this leather finish on the armrest with some nice stitches also. On the lower side you have water bottle storage space among other things, and then of course you get Bose sound system, which sounds absolutely amazing. I can tell you guys, whatever would make me buy this car is the sound quality that you get inside here. And then of course you have this fabric finish. Door locks are here, and of course you have more piano black finish. Now on the inside, it looks good, that one I can assure you. Starting from the seats, we have these fabric seats, but whatever you're going to get, the seats ain't an issue at all. Headrest, very well designed seats. If you sit inside here, you will be pretty comfortable, and then the seats are also electrically adjustable. Let us get in. Starting here from the door, or maybe let me give you a glimpse of the interior. This is how it is. So we'll start from here. Memory seat settings are located here, and of course you can open your tailgate from this side. Now you have idling stop, rough terrain assist, parking sensor assist, 360-degree view of this car can be activated from this side, and then of course you have this chrome finish, more chrome finish on the air vents, nice looking dashboard. You have heads-up display on this unit. You can see there, it shows you 0. You get heads-up display here. A nice infotainment system. This one looks larger, and it sits inside the dashboard of this car here, so it looks pretty nice. I love the finish, I love the design, and it is an added advantage over the Honda Vezel. These are the clusters. Mazda are still using the old school analog design. As you can see, the speedometer, mileage 77,000 kilometers, your fuel economy, your speedometer will be here. The speedometer is digital. Once you start driving, you will see all those numbers running there, and then of course you have the fuel gauge, and all the other notifications are showing up there. The infotainment system is pretty good, and of course, as you can see, you have to control it from this center part here. All those features will be shown there. So the infotainment system is pretty good, simple, nice, and easy. Personally, I love the finish that you get inside here. The dash is good, very well designed. Look at this, look at the dash, it looks so good. Some nice air vents, push to start engine, climate controls, some nice storage space here. With this car you get one USB slot, and you can still use the DVD if you want. Storage space, 2 cup holding spaces right here. Your gear shifter, because this car has a 6-speed automatic transmission, and in other cases you still get the manual one. Right here you have controls for the infotainment system here at the center, electronic parking brake, and then of course you have a storage here that is pretty large. You get HDMI cable, USB or HDMI slot, USB slot, 12-volt output, and also you have SD card slot here, and of course you have this sliding center armrest here, which is pretty good. It feels very, very comfortable. The rest part of it feels good. You have these nice seats which are also manually adjustable for the passenger side and electric for the driver side. Digital rear view mirror, some lighting for the interior. You have this storage space for your sunglasses, and then here you have some notification bar. If your passengers have not put on their safety belts, the notification will show up here on top. Let me show you the back side. The only disadvantage about this Mazda CX30 is the space that you get here at the back. When the driver's seat is stretched all the way to the back, this is the space that you get. It is, I can honestly say it is squeezed. Let me just sit here. As you can see, I can sit in comfortably, but now you can't stretch your seat for long, and you just have to stay like this. For the front, if the front passenger pushes the seat all the way to the back, there's no space at all. You just have to sit in a 90-degree setup, which is a little bit low. Then of course you have some nice air vents, and what I can say, the seats are pretty comfortable, no issue with the seats. And here you have an armrest with two cup holders on them. Okay, so for the back side, I think that's it. You have LED lighting for you here at the back, which is pretty nice, and also the finish on the doors is very much okay. I have no complaints about the seats at all. So I'll show you the Honda Vezel. Now let me show you the interior of the Honda Vezel. We get in through this door here. The door feels very light, a little bit plastic. It has a lot of sounds, but on the inside you have a lot of fabric finish. Chrome plated door handle here. These are your power door controls, leather armrest, nice speaker, storage space, two memory seat settings for this car. And as you can see, the interior of the Honda Vezel also looks quite impressive. Now you have these half leather seats. On the inside you have this fabric finish. On the outer part you have leather finish with some nice stitches on them, and of course these seats are electrically adjustable via these two buttons. As you get in, this is what you get in the Honda Vezel. From the clusters, they look beautiful. Lane departure assist, pre-collision monitoring system. Your power charge is on that side. You have this nice display here, analog display also, and this car has 93,000 kilometers mileage. I hope you can see that, which is pretty good. And when you put this car to sports mode, the sound kind of changes, and as you can see, this part changes to red to show you that this car is in sports mode, which is pretty much okay. On this side, you can still turn it to eco mode, as you can see here. If you want to conserve fuel, you can use this button here. Traction control is here, parking sensor assist, pre-collision monitoring system, lane keeping assist, what do you call it? Lane keeping assist or lane departure assist sits on this side here. On the steering wheel, you have this nice leather steering wheel, as you can see here, with some nice stitches, adaptive cruise control setup, controls for the infotainment system, and of course you have dual clutch transmission on this unit. You have these paddle shifters to simulate driving and manual transmission. More controls on this side, more controls also on this side. On the Mazda, I forgot to show you the steering wheel. We'll get back to that before we finish. Push to start is here. A nice looking infotainment system. The controls are still in Japan. Nice air vents, nice dashboard. The design is pretty good. No heads-up display. The center console is okay. You have this touchscreen infotainment system. A nice gear shifter. Your parking brake is here. You can put this car to sports mode. Electronic parking brake. Nice cup holders that can adjust it to be more deep. And there are two of them. And then of course you have a small armrest here with very small storage space on the inside. Okay, now on the top part you have digital rear view mirror, LED lighting for the interior, some nice visors, among other things. The front passenger seat also is pretty good, fabric finish, leather finish, and it is electrically adjustable, unlike the ones in the Mazda. Let me show you the back side. This is how you get the back side of this car. And from what you can see, the space at the back is pretty large. The space at the back is pretty large. Half leather seats with an armrest, headrest also available, pockets for the back side. And when I sit inside here, look at this, look at the leg space. As compared to the Mazda, the leg space is pretty large. 12-volt output, no air vents at the back, cup holding space here for one of you. And then of course you have these other nice seats. So that's it about these two cars. I'll tell you about the prices. If you want to buy the Mazda CX30, the asking price is 3.5 million shillings. 3.5 million shillings for that Mazda CX30. For this Honda Vezel, but here 2.6, and you can still talk a little bit. Okay, in my own verdict, I'll take this one all day long. For the distance that I've driven this car inside here, This one is sporty. It has very good handling. The driving style is more refined. It feels very engaging. Unlike the Honda is okay. I'm not taking anything away from the Mazda, but in terms of driving style, you can go for the Mazda. Everything is good. For the Honda, if you want fuel economy, comfortable car, because of the spacing and all that, this one is good. But if you want a car that you'll enjoy driving, go there for the CX30. See you in the next one, guys, and make sure you subscribe for more. As always, we'll be doing other videos. There are Matatus there that I'll be reviewing in a few minutes among these other cars. So see you in the next one, guys, and thank you so much.